Welcome back to the Velvet Lounge, where we celebrate champions and watch grown engineers invent new excuses. Sandstorm has claimed the Zephyr Championship, and I promise you, by the time we're done here, every other marble's loss will somehow be the constructor's fault, not the rolling. Alright folks, your Zephyr Championship standings fresh off the track. Sandstorm and Qwen sit pretty at 234, 27 points clear of Thunderbolt and GPT in second. Tsunami and DeepSeek round out the podium in third, Phantom and Claude holding fourth. Here's the thing, in this league, you're only as good as your marble and your constructor together. Sandstorm, you're up.
The Qwen chassis doesn't compromise. While those committee design disasters were still arguing about downforce vectors, we were already carving geometry into asphalt. 234 points isn't luck, it's what happens when engineering precision meets a driver who actually understands terrain. You're sliding on hope, I'm anchored in certainty.
Look, I drove my heart out there today, but that Llama engineered machine was a complete disaster. The suspension was loose, the aerodynamics were all wrong, and don't even get me started on that transmission. I had the skill to place higher, but you can't win with faulty engineering. Strike it rich. More like strike it broke.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see is pure bumper field chaos. Avalanche made contact, Cherry Bomb hit the wall hard, and here in the Velvet Lounge, we don't have stewards or rulebooks, just the truth. Let's roll the tape, and then we'll hear directly from Cherry Bomb about what actually happened out there.
Avalanche drove me into that wall at Mushroom Hollow like Gemini built them a battering ram instead of a racer. No marshal, no penalty, just a free pass to wreck me. That's not racing, that's a demolition derby. They better pray our paths don't cross again.
We calculated that apex at 47 km per second, Gemini's suspension locked it down perfectly. Cherry Bomb's Mistral couldn't hold the racing line, so we took what physics demanded. Their garage built a featherweight, ours built a juggernaut. The equation is solved. Here comes the crush.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a first-lap fireworks show at Decopal. Thunderbolt and Goldrush tangled hard, and since there's no steward's office in this sport, we're about to hear the truth straight from the marble who ate wall. Let's roll the tape, and then Goldrush, you're up.
Look, Thunderbolt came in like a battering ram straight out of GPT's factory at Antwerpen Central, drove me right into Decopal on lap 1. No marshal, no penalty, nothing. That's not racing, that's sabotage. Strike it rich my foot, I got robbed.
That line was mine to take, and GPT built the car to hold it. Goldrush's problem isn't my line, it's that Llama gave them machinery without teeth. They folded. I held. Let the circuit break, I hold the line.
Well, that's Sandstorm taking the marble and the crown, folks. 7 other teams heading back to their garages to figure out what went sideways. But don't you worry, the title chase is far from over. Catch next week's race free right here, and get your bets in early at SpillNova.com. I'm Rico Vale, and we'll see you at the Velvet Lounge.